Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back from our little mini vacation we had here in the Relentless Racing League. We're back live tonight, kicking off Season 5 here at Daytona for the Connor Darnell Designs Xfinity Series at the North-South 145. Joined tonight by boss man himself, Mr. I'm going to get all my wins out of the way for the season starts. Tony Frey, what's going on, man?
What's up, man?
I'm telling you, you won. What did you win? You won the Fun Racing Xfinity, you won the Fun Racing Cup. Good luck winning now. You got all your good wins out of the way.
Yeah, it's pretty normal though, so I'm sure I'll have a crappy season. Earned up all my luck early.
Yeah, you got some good guys coming up from Xfinity, the Cup, so this season should be fun. But got 70 laps of racing here. Stage break is at lap 30. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe you can go the full 30 on fuel. I know Cup is pushing it, so I want to say these guys can be about 2 or 3 laps short. So it should be interesting to see how strategy works out at the end of this first stage.
Yeah, not in the draft, it was showing about 27 to 28 laps of fuel. Out front, you're probably going to see about 25.
Yeah, and it wouldn't actually be a bad idea to come to pit lane before that stage break, get that track position. These Xfinity cars we'll see here tonight. We'll probably see some bumps going the wrong way. They did some updates. I don't know when they did it, but it really screwed these cars up with how they bump draft. Not even one wrong bump, one bump, and it's so easy to upset that car in front of you because they feel floaty as is. So it should be interesting.
They definitely changed the car. I'm a fan of it at some tracks, but not at a super speedway. Definitely can't take the bumps like you could before. Gonna have to be very careful and very cautious on how hard you bump somebody and where you bump them at, and as related to the track.
Yeah, and not only that, if I'm not mistaken, I think these cars get fairly loose on a run as well.
Well, as that fuel burns off, it definitely lightens up that back end of the car, and you get a bump as with a lighter fuel load. It's definitely gonna play a factor.
Yeah, as we go to our it is not the truck series. I'll fix that next week. When we go to our grid, you got Brady Price, Brady Chestnut starting 1 and 2, meaning they qualified the 2 fastest drivers last week. They locked themselves in that front row. In the process, gained themselves a bonus point. The outside line would be the second heat last week, and the inside line would be the first heat. So Spencer Dewsbury, Gordon Spain, row 2. Nathan Penley, Kevin Biggs, row 3. Row 4, Cedric Brosso, Evan Luty. Scott Stewart and Brian Marshall, row 5. Gary Sack, Mitchell Conley, row 6. Going on row 7, Ricky Williams, Joseph Nalback Jr., Darren Cannon, Sylvian Gallant. Josh Van West and Riley Barton, row 9. Row 10, William Peters and Gibbs Racing. Gibbs back in the Xfinity Series. He'll be 19th. Starting off row 11, Vincent Vacken and our broadcast colleague for the Cup and Truck Series, Jacob Treat. Justin May, Brandon Banks, I don't know why I said Parks, row 12. Row 13, that threw me off, Eric Schaefer and Justin Atkinson. Brandon Hughes, Ethan Collier, row 14. Row 15, Alyssa, how the hell do you say her name, Tony?
I think it's
Peltier Sharp. And Jason Hastings, we'll call her Sharp because Peltier. I might get it right. Sam Gordon, John Delamater, Mr. Tomater, row 16. Row 17, Max Dupas, Chad Wiggins, Nathan Eastep, Tom Golker, row 18. Row 19, Davey Hendricks, Matt Forn. Oh, these are the guys not racing. Myself, Tony, we're all not racing. So 36 drivers here tonight. I believe we got the full 36. If not, we're missing just a couple or one or two.
Yeah, I think we had a couple of drop week requests, so I'm not sure about what happened, because we should have a 40 car field. We had 2 drop requests, so I'm curious who all didn't show up tonight. But regardless, big field should make for some interesting racing, lots of chaos. Who will survive? That is the question.
Yeah, and the Xfinity Series can be a little bit different to watch in the Cup Series. The Cup Series, they had Xfinity drivers brought up, but the Xfinity Series, we had truck and ARCA drivers. So some of these guys have never raced around each other unless they're doing the fun series until tonight or the season. So it should be interesting to see how they learn how to mingle around each other, who they can trust, who they can't trust as the season progresses. I do expect some bumps down the road, but I think by week 5 we should be getting some pretty good clean racing going on.
Yeah, typically when you bring new guys up, there's always a little bit of growing pains there. But Xfinity has been kind of one of the cleanest series we've had for quite a while. So I expect that to be the same this year or this season. Like you said, going to take a little bit probably to get used to driving around a couple of these new guys, but we'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah, I just expect a little bit more bumps because in the past it was you could run truck and ARC, and this was the first time you had to run one or the other, so it should be interesting. As Brady Price and Pretty Chessman leaves the green.
Curious if anybody got a black flag there. It looked like the 22 might have got out front and passed the line first, but I don't see anything in iRacing, so it must be good.
I think for the initial green, since it's on green, if you're able to get to the throttle quicker, there's no black flag for that.
Right.
The early on, some gaps are starting to form here. Nathan Penley closing in on that back bumper of the 38 of Gordon Spain. It's going to take me a couple weeks to learn numbers because there's a lot of new numbers out here that I did not see last season running in Xfinity. Some familiar faces, some old faces, some new faces out here.
Seeing some differing strategies, seeing some guys fall out of the pack and try to work their way to the back, stay out of the madness, maybe even try to make this whole stage on fuel. I don't know if that's going to be possible without some help, but we'll see if we get any cautions.
Other than stage points, I don't see it's worth it. And mentioning stage points, something to bring up. If I'm not wrong, I think Xfinity is top 10 in stage now instead of top 7, just like Cup is. So that is a big change, as those 3 points can go a long ways at the end of the season.
Well, and I also think that it makes it more important to win the stage because you get 3 additional bonus points.
Yes.
One of the changes we made this offseason, as the fields got bigger, we switched it up from 7 to 10, and we're going to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, but going off what you're saying, strategy to make the end of the stage, I don't necessarily feel that it is worth risking running out of fuel and going a lap down for the first race of the season. Now, if this was the last race, yeah, 100% trying to stretch and get those stage points. But the first race, I don't know if it's risk trying to milk the tank dry for stage points, since you have, I think 16 races to go for the playoffs.
Yeah, but I would say on the other side of that, we all know super speedways are kind of a wild card race. You could do nothing wrong and get murdered early. So if you have the opportunity to grab 3 points and actually make something out of this race, once you earn those points, they don't get taken away versus finishing order. If you're running first on the last lap and get wrecked and you finish 36th, well, you're only going to get, very few points, where if you can grab 10 points early, well, if you get wrecked out, well, at least you got those extra 10 points.
Yeah, and Bobby, Preety gets a 22 because I loaded in as a driver, didn't realize he loaded in as a watcher, and I took that 22 from him, so he's the only guy kind of off order of numbers. A couple cars a little bit further back, Dewsbury and Schaefer. I believe they may have started from the pits. If they did, I'm kind of surprised Dewsbury isn't falling back towards the 3 of Schaefer to maybe get it to where they don't go a lap down. Because right now, just 4 laps in, they're already on the same straightaway as Schaefer is. Seems the people getting loose already too off of turn 4. Yeah, shut up, Bobby.
It's like we got a change for the lead as Mr. Gordon Spain is going to try and get that bonus point for leading a lap.
Yeah, we'll who won the truck opener last season? I think they moved up the cup, did they not?
I don't recall who
Oh,
won
Brady
it, but
Price. I think he's decided he's going to drop the rear. It's getting a little too racy for him. Now he has to be careful trying to blend in. He's down there on the apron, has room behind Nallback. Almost! Wow, that was close. Almost takes out that left rear bumper of Nallback, but they keep it going. Wow.
he also checked up that 88 car a little bit. He had to lift to let Brady get back up on the track without running him over.
Oh, it was Poland. Poland won truck opener last year. I want to say Sylvian, but that don't make sense because Sylvian was racing against me last season.
It's one of our Canadian friends from up north.
Yeah. Evan Ludy rocking a whole new paint scheme. I like the Evan Ludy did this season. Bringing out some fresh paint for the new season.
Evan Ludy was one of our championship 4 drivers last season.
Yeah.
Deciding to return to the Xfinity series and try to have the same success.
Yeah, I thought racing last season I was gonna hate the car. I kind of actually sad I had to move away from these cars. I like the way they handle the Cup cars. Is just strategy is so different in Cup compared to Xfinity when it comes to tire wear because it takes so long for a tire to fall off in Cup, so it's hard to strategize around that.
Yeah, I will say that this car this season is going to be completely different from what we've seen early on. It's got some lap traffic up here at the front. We're going 3 wide.
I'm a Schaefer. I'm sorry. I'm probably calling you Brandon all season.
But this car is notorious for being tight, and I don't think we're going to see that this season. I think this car is going to be loose. We did a lot of testing with it.
Oh, Schaefer got the little door bang from the 1. Goes the inside. Keeps it straight. What a save that was by Schaefer. That is not something easy to collect going 180 miles an hour.
Right. But with that being said, all the testing we did this offseason, the car was really, really loose. So the people who had success last season may not have as much success this season with the change in how the car handles.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of preferred the tighter setups of the Xfinity cars. Just because it's not just Daytona, but really everywhere they race, it just felt like these cars just are so much more lighter. I know I did a race at Bristol, and I was racing there a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, these cars feel way different. I don't like it. They're too easy to snap loose now.
I think it all depends on your driving style. I prefer a loose car over a tight car. I could not keep the right front tire on the Xfinity car.
Oh, I do too, but a really loose car, I don't like that.
Oh, I can manage a throttle all day when it comes to loose, but I can't save a right front to save my life. So I think as it is now, I think I would probably benefit from this change. But I feel like a lot of these guys that were fast last season may not be as fast, or may take them a little bit to figure out how to drive it now.
Yeah, we got 2 distinct packs now formed up. We got, of course, that lead pack, and then we got one further back. See, Sam Gordon's in this pack. I'm trying to figure out who it is led by. I believe it is led by the 12 of Chad Wiggins in the Cookie Monster machine. Kind of just a little bit further back from the pack, so when mayhem happens, they're able to check up in time and keep their cars clean.
So right now, Eric Schaefer is the only car lap down, but I do not perceive that lasting very long, as the pack is going to approach the 7 of Spencer Dewsbury and the 89 of Gary Sack way before this stage break happens.
Spencer's not showing up on my screen. Is he out of the race?
Something must have happened. Oh, he dropped for packets. He was
Oh
reconnecting.
no. So that might be a maybe for no, but that might be a blessing for Schaefer. But I still think they're gonna catch Gary here before lap 30, pending a caution.
The good thing for Schaefer is he is in the pack, so I would think that he would be able to go around Gary when they catch him. For Dewsbury, he connected and disconnected again, so it looks like he's having some pretty serious technical difficulties. But it is Daytona. If he can get back in, he won't be out of contention. He'll just have to have a couple cautions fall his way and get back on the lead lap. But we'll see if he's able to get his internet issues fixed.
Yeah, and one of the big things about these Xfinity cars differs from Cup, and I can also say trucks, is these things are like paper machete. It does not take a lot to damage these cars, and unlike trucks and Cup, where if you get damaged, you might not get it all fixed. You can get 4 minutes damage in Cup, and by the time you get the damage complete, it's all fixed. Xfinity, not so much.
Yeah, the only thing with the Cup car is once you get steering damage, it'll never be correct. It's always going to be off. But definitely, these cars are based off of the real life car. It's not as forgiving as say the Cup car. It's not as bad as the trucks or ARCA car when it comes to damage, but it's still not as good as the Cup car as far as repairing or forgiveness, I would say.
You have to come up on Gary Sack, and you mentioned wheel damage in Cup. I won't lie, there's a couple of tracks I prefer to have some wheel damage, loosen that car up a little bit.
Yeah, some of the short tracks, man, it's a handful on the straightaway, but
it's a blessing in the corners. Yeah.
Oh man, you'll just glide right through that corner.
Yeah. And on some of the mile-and-a-halfs, too, in the long run. Gary Sack going a lap down. They're 3 wide back, and Gary Sack on the inside. That's the one of Nallback, and our outside pole sitter, Pretty Chestnut, 3 wide. Gary doing everything he can to stay in front of the 3 of Schaefer to keep that lucky dog position. Schaefer, in the meantime, who's the other car lap down, he is about...
Oh, there goes the 22, the 1. 8 got some of it, 27.
Oh.
Evan Ludy coming through the infield here. Might have got hit a little bit on the back end. Seemed like Gary kind of made it a point to kind of stick in that pack. Like, he could have stayed lower, but he was doing everything he could to stay up front and not lose the pack.
The one in Nallback, I mean, Gary kind of lucked out. Another big break is Schaefer, because he'll be getting the lucky dog at stage break. The one looks like he just drifted up into the 22.
I think that was a combination. It looked like the 22 came down a little bit as the one came
Oh, that's
up.
a hard hit to that outside wall, too. Penley, does Penley make it through this in the 8?
It looked like he got a little bit on the right rear, but I don't know if it's really going to hurt him too bad.
But the 21 of Van Weston. Now he made contact with the 27. 27, the truck winner from last season to open up the regular season. Ooh, that's a hard hit. Ooh! 21 and 22 connecting.
Yeah, the 1 and the 22 kind of had a contest to see who was going to get the worst end of that, and I'm going to say the 22 got it.
I don't know. I'm looking at the 1. Still watching this replay, and that right front tire is doing what you would usually see in Cup. It is not spinning at all.
Ooh.
He's actually going to have to tow. Yeah, he had to tow. Early trouble here in the first race for some of these drivers.
It's one of the things that I've always hated, right? The first race of the season, you get in a wreck, and then you go through that season trying to climb out of that hole.
Yeah, yes and no. It all depends how you approach it. Like, if you approach it to where, I have to get out of this hole right now, you're just gonna keep digging that hole deeper and deeper and deeper. If you kind of approach it like, okay, well, I had a crappy start to my season, if I can just manage top 15 from here on out, I can, for the next 5 races, get myself out of the limit, and then I can start working more.
Yeah, it's just, I guess from my perspective,
Brady.
my view on it
Brady.
is when you end up in the hole after the first race of the season. We said earlier it takes 5-6 races for these guys to get used to racing around each other. And I don't know, my luck, I get caught up in those wrecks. So that kind of just digs you deeper.
So I was looking at the damage of the 22, and Brady, I'm sorry, I don't know if you have the pit in your real life racing series, but this guy, how many times did he readjust? So he went too far right, had to back up, still too far right, went forward, had to back up again, went forward. There you go, Brady.
Yeah, good thing it's Daytona. Track position really doesn't mean a whole lot right now.
He was on the struggle bus there.
Yeah, and from personal experience, a lot of people don't worry about adjusting your brake bias here, but I do. Like getting on the pit road at race pace, getting into your pit box, if you don't have your brake bias set right, you're going to lock up and slide through. And I assume that's probably what we saw there is Brady had too much front brake in it and just slid right through.
Yeah, and another thing that I tend to see a lot when it comes down to green flag pitting is you see a lot of times no one heats up their brakes either. That is a big thing, especially in Cup and Xfinity too. Is you got to get some heat in those brakes. If you just enter pit lane with some cold brakes, that car is not going to stop.
Right.
On Twitch chat, let's go Marshall and Delameter. The Corvette guy. Who the heck is that? I've seen him before in chat. Young Cherry says he can't win a championship round 1, but he sure can lose it. As surprising enough, Gary did not get the lucky dog. He got the wave around.
Yeah, everybody pitted in front of him, so he was able to take the wave around. But
he should still got the lucky dog.
Schaefer got the lucky dog, I think.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I didn't see Gary get caught up in that wreck, so that's very interesting.
Well, it was probably where the caution came out. I'm wondering if Schaefer got around them.
Schaefer was behind him. I was actually on Schaefer when the wreck happened, yeah.
Maybe he got tagged a little bit as they were slowing down.
Possibly. Del-O-Mater. What did I say? Delameter? I said Delameter, didn't I? Del-O-Mater.
Jacoby calls him Delometer.
I'm gonna start calling him Tow-Meter.
That's kind of what I use to remember how to say his name.
Speaking of Mr. Jacoby, where'd he at? I haven't talked about him yet.
I haven't really seen many of those north-south guys up towards the front. I'm thinking that they're hanging back, surviving.
Yeah, and you said that. Then with Jacob, he has his teammate Chad Wiggins right behind him, and Mark Dupree's, is he north-south?
I don't believe so, but let's see. I believe his teammates are the 88 car. I'm not sure where he's at right now.
88, somebody's starting 26 here.
Yeah, Scott Stewart is his teammate.
Green flag.
Let me take a peek.
They start to pull off. I was always looking at that.
Yeah.
Mr. Cedric Broso to the point.
So Gary Sachs, Scott Stewart, Chad Wiggins, and Jacob Tree.
We just saw Gary Sack get his lap back that last time with the wave around.
Yeah, we'll see if he's going to have enough fuel to go the full 30. He may need another caution to come in and get fuel.
Yeah, if he can, give me a second. This is the right thing I want. If he can stay with the lead pack, and then maybe he has to pick coming to 2 to go or 3 to go, he'll still stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, the later he can do it, the better. But who knows, if he can hang on to the pack and just kind of ride there, he might be able to manage that gap and save enough fuel.
Oh, and looking back at last season's race here, Cedric Broso is the only returning driver inside the top 5, and he is currently lead and point on the inside line. So Cedric Rosa looking to get a one position improvement from last season and win this race. It's a lot of racing. You see the 90 of Justin May coming down and squeeze him down to that low line as the Kevin Biggs working with him on the outside line. And I mean, we've been around Kevin Biggs quite a bit. I think this season will be a lot better him than the trucks. I think these cars fit his style more than the trucks did. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Kevin Biggs be one of the top contenders out here in the Xfinity Series this season.
Oh, Biggs is always competitive. Every time he's been in this league, he's always been a front runner. I feel like cleaner driving series matches style better.
Gary Sack just now coming out of pit. He pitted. Okay.
He must have felt he couldn't make it on fuel and didn't want to wait for that caution, so he came down.
I would have stayed as long as I could. Interesting call there by Gary because there's only 10 laps left. I don't think he'll go down. Oh, he won't go down another lap in 10 laps.
And even if he does, he'll probably be the lucky dog.
No.
Looking at
Van Westerns is in the pack. He is currently the lead lucky dog. Yep. So interesting strategy there by Gary Sack as Justin May takes the lead. Come to 9 to go here in stage 1 for the opening race here for season 5. Oh, wait a second. Arca's not racing this week?
they should be.
No. 10-3. I thought it said 10-8 for some reason. Well, I was looking at the schedule because I knew Arca was the only series not going to Daytona. They're actually going to Michigan for their season opener. Oh, it's getting close up there. Justin May almost spinning off that front bumper of Nathan Penley.
Oh,
the 39 got loose. Was that the 38?
38. Washed up.
No, don't come back up. Don't come back up.
Hit the left rear of the 94 instead of...
Oh. Come on, man. No.
Oh, get it up. Control.
Calm down. Calm down, Bessie. Long race ago. Musa. In the meantime, Mitchell Conley, I believe an ARCA driver coming up to Xfinity leading the way. And I will say this. If Ethan did that paint scheme, it's probably the only paint scheme I like that he has done.
I think Ethan did all the Mirage SRR guys. 3 wide.
Oh, I love that paint scheme already. I hope he finishes podium at one point. He has Mission 22 on it. I already love it.
There you go. Oh, 49 hit the
Oh, they're 3 wide. Brandon Banks on the outside.
Kind of stuck there. He's going to have to slide in line.
And I'm really surprised Jason Hastings didn't go with him there. I know him and Hastings are teammates, so really surprised Hastings just stayed in that middle line and didn't go work with Banks there.
Hastings was running with him, but he scraped the wall a little bit and fell back.
They're coming up on a lap car.
There they go again. They're going 3 wide.
15 of Pretty Chestnut. 2 laps down. 3 wide for a little lead. Coming up on lap traffic. This is going to get interesting. Yes, it is. The outside line, though, is not working out. Penley going up high in front of Banks as they come around lap traffic. Caution's going to happen. Big wreck in Daytona. Huge one.
Right. That took out about 20 cars.
That took out the whole damn front of the field. Holy cow.
I got to go back and see what happened there.
We might need the whole caution to break this down because this got interesting. I think it started up here with Conley and the 8. I know Brian Marshall shoots the gap, and I don't know what Marshall's thinking because you see the lap car there. He had room to get behind Banks and just gets into the left rear or the right rear of the 23, spins him up in the Penley. And one thing you see here at Daytona is when you wreck like that, the wrecks go forward because everyone's running such a tight pack. So all the penalties leading, he gets caught up in it.
We'll get 23 slid up to try to avoid the 22, and chaos happened.
I'm trying to slow this down and see if anyone made it through this. You see, not Schaefer, Penley trying to save it. Marshall gets into the back of Penley, gives him a bump. What happened to Hastings? Hastings just took a sharp left. So did May. Almost like they got loose, and that's what collected Kevin Biggs into this wreck.
think they might have had some help from the 30 there.
18 getting spun around. I think the 30 of Brosa made this.
All right, so who made it through? The 71, far enough back, able to hit the brakes and wait for everything to clear up. Let's see.
No, 30 gets involved. What about the 86? Oh, Mike, did the 86 make it? No, just barely gets nicked.
There's only about 5-6 cars that actually made it through that.
Oh, wow. Did the 86 save this? Oh my gosh, Tony, watch the 86.
Drifting.
Wow, the 96 as well. The 96 made it through that. Delamater. A little bit of contact. Oh yeah, that's what happened to Hastings.
Yeah, he got punted by the 96.
Let's go a little bit further back here.
I think a good onboard view would be with the 71. You'll see everything open up right in front.
Follow her through and slow it down and see everyone get collected. And that just happened in such a weird spot too.
Yeah, lap traffic will do that though. You know, you're 3 wide already. Daytona 4 wide, you're banging fenders at that point. So.
Ooh, I don't know who's driving that orange car, but man, that was a hard lick to Banks.
I think that was Spencer Dewsbury.
That was Spencer, yep. 71, 77, I believe, made it through. The 11 of Hughes. No, that's not Hughes. That's Williams. Made it through. Wow. And I don't think that was stage either. No, that was not stage.
We're gonna
so that's actually kind of blessing in disguise since that caution happened there. You kind of get 2 back-to-back cautions to get as much damage fixed as you can. And here at Daytona, you can get about a minute and 15 seconds fixed before you go lap down. So I'm kind of surprised Delamater stayed out because just a quick glance at his car. Oh, maybe it's just paint scheme. Never mind. I thought he had some damage on that left front, but he's good.
Yeah, Sam Gordon's got some damage on the back end.
Unlucky, Pretty said, y'all gonna make me get out of bed and get in the booth with y'all. Marshall racing his way back up front. Oh, there it is. There's the darn Conrad line stuff. Ooh, gosh. Should not look at the score of that game. Alright, let's go far chase real quick. Let's just take a look at some of these guys. Let's go chase. Oh no, we can't. It's about to go rain. Damn it. We'll go look at the next caution. Yeah, I mean, if you ask me, I don't know if I agree with the move Marshall did there. He had room to tuck in behind Banks. You see a lap car coming up. You know, still 40 plus laps to go. 30 plus laps to go. You kind of got to use a little common sense there and let off the gas, get behind the car in front of you, and keep her going straight.
You got to make a business decision. If it's the last lap, sure, you know, go for it. But we're 23 laps in, whatever. You're 3 wide already, looking to go 4 wide. Somebody's got to lift. Somebody's got to get in line, get it down to 2 wide so everybody can survive. You can kind of see it from Nathan Penley, right? He saw what was happening. He chose to get to the outside lane.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to get yourself out of that situation.
Yeah, and that's a tough break for Penley, too, because he was leading the line. The last thing you think, you're leading, you got no one around you. The last thing you think, you're going to get caught in a wreck, and he just gets barely clipped. Well, that shook up the running over up front. We got some new face up here. Delamater, Peters, Axon, Collier, who had a really solid run at the end of last season. Almost made it to Championship 4 after winning his way in at the season finale at Dega. He'll be starting P.
Wild one.
Yeah. We don't talk about Bruno. I still don't agree with it, but hey, it happens. And Gordon Spain round out your top 5 to restart here. Ooh, I like that 55 paint scheme. Nathan Eastham, that's a really sweet, like a late model kind of style paint scheme on that car.
I miss the Orca brake car, but I'm digging that 77.
The 77. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I just like Nathan's kit. Kind of gives you that late model stock feel. It kind of makes the car look a little bit older. Just it painted that way. With the 86 looking to go 3 wide contact made into the wall. The 38 goes. They keep it going though. Oh, they're wrecking behind them.
Hughes, Wiggins, a whole bunch of them.
No caution though. They're still going. No caution is out. Green flag is still in the air. 2 to go here in stage 2 or stage 1. I'll go back and look that under caution here. Delamater's leading the way. Atkinson right behind him.
Ricky Williams, Eric Schaefer, Evan Ludi, Cedric, Jacob Treat.
Oh no, Jacoby was involved in that.
Oh yeah.
Coming to the final lap here in stage 1. Delamater leading the way. Ethan Collier, though, trying to go back-to-back. Super Speedway wins here in the Xfinity Series.
Got 10 cars, 11 cars in this lead pack.
Yeah, if I'm these guys, I say calm down. You know, there's a lot of guys out of this race. There's no need to wreck the whole field.
All 10 of these drivers that are, well, actually 9 of these drivers that are in the lead pack. I don't think the 33 is actually on the lead lap here.
There's 10 because it's shown the 77 is only 3 tenths back.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and there's contact elevator around. Sliding through the grass. Does he save it? He does. What a save by Delamater. Ethan Collier going to lead the way out of turn 4. Final lap here in stage 1. East up looking high. Gordon Spain going to shoot the middle. Gordon Spain will win stage 1 here at Daytona.
Caution, yellow flag.
All right, we got the
That
caution.
got wild.
We got the caution lights on that. Let's go unpack what just happened under that green flag run. Holy cow, where was this? Oh wow, this wreck isn't even showing up on my SDK.
Oh. Well, if you
wow.
go back to, I think Jacob Treat would have a decent view of it. I know Brandon Hughes was probably very much involved in it.
So that started up here really with the 38. Got into the wall.
Oh, I think I see what happened.
Where do they start wrecking at?
There was a big checkup, the 27, the 32, and the 18. Or the 17. 17 just had a huge run.
Oh, they wrecked behind them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So
20, I think the 27 might have checked up because he saw the 38 and was afraid he was going to come down the track, and that just stacked them all up behind him. And
yeah, Jacob got ran over. I don't know why that Toyota behind Jacob is not showing up right, but it is all black for me. I think that's Hughes.
Yeah, he's had. We've been having paint issues with him for.
He goes up the track,
now.
Slams into the 88 of Scott Stewart. I know it's him because of the paint scheme.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the 12 of not Simone. The 12 of Wiggins collected in that. And I think the 3 of Schaefer got involved as well. I saw. Oh, yeah. Wow. He slammed the back end of Wiggins. And here comes the 97 of Giberson. There's nowhere for him to go either. He gets into the 12. Then the 89 of Gary Sack collected as well.
Yeah, I feel like his might have been pretty minimal. It looked like he got tagged in that left rear and spun, but I didn't really see much after that. He might be okay.
For Jacob, unless he had... Oh, no, never mind. He has a lot of front-end damage on that car.
Yeah, he got shoved into the car in front of him, and then everything that happened after that.
Oh, he actually had a pit.
Yeah, he's going to be sitting there for a while fixing that. That car is going to be slow. He's probably got engine damage. I feel like that's going to take him out of contention to even staying on the lead lap.
Who was the paint scheme I liked?
Do what?
It was one of Ethan's paint schemes. Oh, the 23.
Yep.
That's what I want to talk to. Kinda.
Conley, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. How many laps is Conley down?
Oh, let's see.
Oh, he's still on the lead lap.
Yep. iRacing is scoring him in 14th at the moment. That'll update at the line.
Oh, that car's looking rough. Alright, so let's go 50 damage reports on these guys. Ethan's looking fine. 86 looking fine. I think everyone up here. Ooh, Brady Price, he's made his way back to the front. Had to drop to the rear a couple times, and car's looking clean, so I guess it worked out for him. Kevin Biggs, he made his way back up front after getting involved in that wreck.
Be curious to see what damage he
car's
has.
None. Biggs,
Okay,
none.
'cause his back end was looking pretty rough the last caution, so maybe they got it all buffed out.
Same as Sam Gordon. He was collecting on one of those wrecks. He's back out there. I don't see too much damage on that car either. No.
His was all back end too. That spoiler was sticking up.
Yeah, and one of the plus sides about these cars is I've noticed this in Cup cars. If you get damaged, even if you get it all fixed, you are still low on speed. Because just unlike real life, you mess up that underbody, good luck having speed. It's not going to happen. Delmater did a phenomenal job staying outside of the wall. He was going straight for it, and he did a phenomenal job keeping that car off the wall. Darren Cannon looks good. Ricky Williams looks fine.
Kevin Stein asked what happened to Atkinson in the last lap. Let's find out.
Atkinson?
He was in the second car on the bottom
What number is he?
line. 42. Oh, he had to check up due to, let's see, it was the 55 came down and hit the 96. 96 got sideways. He had to check up. The 71 tried to keep it on track. The 42 came up into the 71. They hit the 38. 42 had to get down on the apron, save the car. It was a whole thing.
A lot of these cars are looking worse from where they're looking so bad. No, I'm feeling comfortable at the Wednesday race. I'm oh, how many people we got in Cup for Wednesday?
37, I believe.
Oh my god. We're only under our third caution too, but we've had two huge wrecks.
Yes. It's going to be very interesting to see who's still running at the end of this thing.
I'm kind of
Sack Attack got caught up in a couple.
yeah.
Yeah, Bobby, you know I'm going to get wrecked out. I used up all my luck already. All right. Base truck is in, and we are about to go green.
Green, green.
Going to be pretty well spaced out here, I think, due to damaged cars and not everybody being real tight.
Yeah, and Ethan Collier kicking off where he left off at the last Super Speedway, going to be restarting P1. We got the 86 newcomer of Mr. Peters. Still trying to learn lanes.
Oh, yeah, it'll take 3 or 4 races.
I mean, there's a couple I know, like Alyssa. Look at Alyssa going to the lead. Behind her, you got Kevin Biggs pushing her down that backstretch into P1, going into turn 3. 71 blue and pink machine out front. Don't know how well she can lead a line. I am seeing some scrape marks on that left door. Don't know how much of a parachute that is going to cause. As far as body panels, I'm not seeing really anything sticking out that cause a parachute, so she might be good enough to lead a line.
Might just be cosmetic.
And it's working out for her, too.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's slowing down that outside lane at all. So she got that bonus point for leading a lap there. So I don't know about you, but when I'm racing a super speedway, I love being on the top line.
No.
It's
I like the bottom. When a wreck happens, I have more options. When a wreck happens, you're on top line, you have one option: go low.
yeah, that's true. I don't know. I just feel like you can be a lot more aggressive. You can kind of control the inside lane a little better. I've always just liked the top line. I'll go wherever there's a hole, but man, top line's where I'm comfortable. Bottom line, I don't like people side drafting me because a lot of people don't know how to side draft and then they just door bang you. At least if I'm on the outside lane, I can control that a little bit. Just my comfort zone, if you will.
Now you get me to a multi-group track. I love the high line. I don't know what it is, but I'm just comfortable up there. I prefer to run the high line. I like ripping the wall. I don't like running low. Like Auto Club Michigan, I love the high line. I know it was worse on your tires, but I feel more comfortable up there.
If something does happen, you don't have far to go before the wall catches you.
No. But Kevin Biggs leading the way, has that 86 of William Peters all over his back bumper. He pushed Alyssa to the lead, got clear of the 86, dived down low, and now he's going to lead a lap here on lap 37.
Yeah, that looks like the bottom line is going to be pretty strong right now. They got more cars. They're not bunched up very well, but I feel like they got a little more energy. And the 86 and the 18 really know how to push. And I don't know, it seems like the 5 can't quite get there to keep these front 2 cars on the high lane moving forward.
I'm almost wondering if he can't get there, or maybe he's just leaving a gap.
Yeah, I feel like if you leave a gap that big, you're just going to go backwards, right?
Yeah, and the surprising thing is, those 2 up there, they're holding their own. And it's just two cars. I mean, I guess it's only 2 on the inside line. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, they're holding their own, but that 13's going to get hot. He's going to have to back off. He's going to have to let it cool down. And as soon as he does that, they are going to go backwards very fast.
Ooh. I might have to... Actually, I'm not. It's not. I will be tuning in next week for Dover because I will be driving. Well, hopefully not driving. Yeah. So for everyone watching, next week I believe Joe will be doing it. Connor never got back with me, so I believe Joe will be broadcasting next week because I will be in a vehicle driving back to North Carolina from Washington State. 86 of William Peters to the lead.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to control both lines there. The 71 and the 13 really got a good run. He went up to kind of put the block on him. Came back down, got back in front of the 18.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but this point of the race is about 30 to go. This is when I really start analyzing stuff, you know. Who's doing well, who can push, who can't push, who can hold their line. Like a lot of people, they're just going till the end of the race. I start analyzing, figure out, okay, who can I work with, who's willing to work with me, and I start putting a plan together for the last 5 laps of the race. So I wonder if that's what some of these drivers are doing. You know, maybe someone like Ethan Collier in a 45, 4 rows back on the inside line, just analyzing what's going on in front of them, who's getting pushes and who's not. Yeah,
kind of seeing where, in the event that you get down to the end and you have a chance, where are you going to go, right? Who can you make the high line work? Going 3 wide with another car behind you. Can you make a run up the middle going 3 wide? Those are the things that you want to look at now. Who's around you that has damage that if they are the one to push you, you're probably not going to want to be in that line.
And
things like that.
Another big thing I look at is where are teammates at? Not my teammates. Where are other teammates linked up at? I know
Can you split them?
Yes, I know in the fun race. You had Davey and his whole damn team leading the race, and I'm like, what the heck? That's another thing to look for. It's like, okay, so if I'm up there by myself, and let's say there's a team of 2, then a team of 3, I'll hook up with that team of 2, because I know I can work with them until the end of the race.
Yeah. I honestly feel like that's the only reason I won that duel is because I was able to split those guys up. Otherwise, they would have freight trained me.
Yeah, the only reason you split me up in the fun race, you wrecked me, but... you wrecked 2 of the 3 drivers from my team, so,
I didn't win that race, so it's all good.
Nah, Richard won it. He was so happy. Richard was so happy to finally have teammates to work with. Richard actually told me, he's like, the only thing that kept me going this season was the fact I knew next season I was going to have teammates. He's like, when you told me we're going to have a full team, he's like, I kind of just didn't care after that.
Yeah, Richmond's a lot of fun to race with.
Yeah, and I won't lie. I think I have a little bit more of an advantage to everybody else in Xfinity coming through because I have spent 3 years broadcasting you guys, so I already know who I can trust and who I can't and who's good and who isn't.
What people's tendencies
Yes.
are.
Yep. Some of these guys coming up, they don't know. I already know. I know every
Get a
cup
good
track.
perspective.
Yep. And I race all the Xfinity guys that came up, so I literally know the whole field without having to race them.
You know, I'll be fast for 10 laps and then I'll fall to the back.
Same with Chase.
Chase will hit the wall about 5 or 6 times a race.
When I was talking to Joey, kind of filling him in who does what, I tried to tell Joey, I'm like, Joey, when we go to a regular track, if you see Chase Harden blow past you, give him about 15 laps. He'll come right back to you. He's like, that bad? I'm like, yes. Chase is phenomenal short run. Long run, just give him about 5 laps. Don't try to keep up with him. He'll come back to you. Or he'll hit the wall. You got to come up on a lap car. Peter's currently leading the way. Peter's kind of doing what he can to control the field. You see him bouncing around between the low line and the high line, trying to figure out where to go. Doing a really good job at it, actually. A lot of times you need some help doing it.
And I think the 42 was being very generous there because the 42 could have pinched those guys down a little bit and put them in a bad spot behind the 49. He went wide, let them have a lane. A little too early for an aggressive move like that. That's heads-up racing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 86. He's doing a really good job controlling the field just as one driver. Like say that outside line actually get a little bit of a run here, but Peters might be clear of the 42 on corner exit. He is, but he's going to stick down low.
Yeah, I don't think you can leave the person who's been staying on you the whole time, not making any moves to get around you.
Yeah, and I don't think him and Biggs are teammates.
They are not. Kevin Biggs is on High Side Racing, and I believe Peters is on Shenandoah.
86, 42, 77 teammates. Oh, so SVR's controlling the field. Gotcha. That's a smart move, too. Yeah, that's a smart move. SVR is 3 of the top 4 right now. They are controlling the field, and that's what I was talking about earlier, is finding those teammates that are working together already. Who do you have to split? And that's what's making Kevin Biggs' job so difficult right now, is he's literally, it's a 3-on-1 matchup right now.
Yep. And if it were getting towards the end of the race, what I would do is, if I was Biggs, is I would push the 86 out as far as I could and then fall back.
Yeah, but that's hard to do in these Xfinity cars. You can't lock bumpers no more.
Yeah, you can on the straightaways if you're smooth.
And it looks like Biggs is trying to push him out in front of the 42. Oh, I was close. Looks like he's trying to push him out in front of the 42, but he just can't quite clear the 86 of the 42. Or he can't clear himself in front of the 42.
The 42 is given a little bit of side draft on corner entry.
I'm kind of surprised he's racing a teammate like that.
Might be part of their plan. Keep those guys tight so nobody can, get in front of that high lane. Keep them, controlling both lines.
Yeah, we got the 25 to go. As of now, these guys are getting near that fuel window. Should be interesting to see who pits and when. Start seeing I'm about to say, you start seeing the outside line kind of start drifting back and start falling into the line. The 36, the vacuum goes down low. 42 and 77 are drifting back. That's not because of speed. I think they are trying to find a spot to fall into that inside line so they can come down pit lane in a couple laps.
Well, I just don't think there's going to be openings to get there, right? So I think you're just going to have to wait for that inside lane to pit and then come in the next lap.
Yeah, and that's not a bad idea. I always kind of prefer to pit with the second group because it's a lot easier to blend in with that first group after you come out of pit lane.
Yeah, I feel like it all depends on who you have that's willing to pit with you. I like pitting early, right at the edge of that, a few laps Oh, 71 washed up a
Ooh,
little
yeah.
bit. But, you know, that's kind of one of the reasons that I got beat at Talladega, I feel like, is because I pitted later than the other pack, and we just couldn't catch them. Big bump there from the 13 to the 71, kind of checked up the 13 and all the cars behind him on the low line. It's going to give a little more strength to that outside lane.
You know, another thing is the 23 of Conley. He has some damage on that car, but
Alright.
he's doing a really good job.
That was a setup, right?
Yep, that was. I would imagine the 86 and are pitting soon.
Yep, they're getting lined up to pit together.
Yeah, and if you're Kevin and Alyssa, I would go with them.
Well, you really got to have teammates when you come in, right? Or you have to go with a group.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to be hung out to dry. As long as they call out their pits,
That was close.
then absolutely go with that bigger group. As long as you can stay together coming off a pit road, you'll be good. I prefer being either in the front or in the middle of the group that's going to pit, just because if I make a little hiccup and I'm at the back, I've lost that pack.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things that super speed has to do is you got to communicate or try to communicate with the other drivers where you're at on pit lane. Because if you're that first pit stall, the last thing you want to do is pit to the far right, because then it's going to be a pain in the butt to get to that pit stall.
And not only that, you got to communicate. Are you taking tires? Are you not taking tires? How many gallons of fuel are you taking? Because the longer you sit on pit road, the more of a chance you have to lose that pack you pitted with.
Yeah, so like the 77, if I'm the 77 out of this group of cars, I would not be surprised to see him go shoot far to the left, as he started back in the 20s. Everybody else around him kind of started where they're at. For example, Delmater, he started P2? No, this thing's all messed up because Delmater was not P2 to start this race.
Let's see. So Delmater was 31st gridding.
Why is it saying +1? What in the world?
I don't know.
SDK, you suck. Never mind. Forget what I just said. Here they come. 42, 77, 23, 86 all come down pit lane. Kind of surprised Conley pitted and Alyssa didn't. Really surprised about that.
Don't see any black flags, so it looks like they all got it woed down to pace speed. So they are not on the same team, so that might be...
Oh, we're in a Discord call together.
What's that?
Alyssa and Conley, they're in a Discord call together. That's why I thought they would have pitted together.
I think we're going to have a second round here. The 96, the 18, the 71.
Ooh, the 18 entering in hot. Can he slow it down and down? Oh, I think, wow. If Biggs nailed that, that was insane. If Biggs did not get a speeding penalty, that's probably the best entrance of pit I've ever seen here at Daytona.
I'm watching. I am not seeing any
No,
black
he's
flags.
off going already. He was hauling.
I think he did that perfect.
Yeah, the big question is, where is the 42 in them at? They're actually just not entering the tribal. So Kevin Biggs actually, I think he's going to blend in right in front of the SVR guys.
Oh, we got some action back here. More coming down pit road. 38 goes out in the grass. I don't think he got
that's
it.
A penalty.
Down.
That's a penalty. No.
iRacing has not shown. Oh, 12's wrecked on the front. It's in the corner somewhere.
Oh, what happened to the
He towed.
12? Oh, what the heck happened?
Yeah.
Gary Sack, if I'm not mistaken, that's north-south doing north-south things.
That is definitely north-south doing north-south things.
Wow! That's all three north-south guys! I am very surprised that was not a caution. Oh my gosh, how was that not a caution? That's kind of insane, to be honest.
Well, the 12 towed right away.
Alright, so where did Kevin Biggs blend into traffic at? Yeah, him and Delamater are actually in front of the SVR guys. Biggs can go block his massive run by SVR. They're going to split the gap and go through the middle of Delamater and Biggs. SVR working well together. They're 3 strong in that middle line to get around Kevin Biggs. And I don't know if I can fault Kevin Biggs. That's probably the only shot he had to try to keep control of the SVR guys. But they just did a really good job communicating and getting around them.
Now he's got to tag onto this pack and gonna follow the 71. I think that high lane should blow past the 32 and the 96 fairly quickly here.
Yeah, they're catching a 45 of Collier. Ooh, not sure if he's pitted yet.
Oh, he's gonna stall that inside lane. They're gonna have to check up hard. Brady
Collier has
disappeared.
Pitted. Whoa, the 77 down low. I don't think he passed anybody. That should be allowed. He shot all the way down low, though. Oh, Brady's back. Matt would be proud. All we were missing is a barrel.
18 got hung out to dry here.
Yeah, and if I'm Biggs, I think I'm trying to figure out a way or who to work with or get around these 3 SVR guys, as they are definitely leading the way when it comes to lead lap cars.
Like
Barding, Gallant, and Vacan have yet to come to pit lane.
Looks like they made a little spot for him to get in there.
He's catching up another pack, a bunch of damaged cars actually.
So without a caution, this pack that we're watching right now is going to be the pack racing for the lead or for the win.
Yes.
Once the top 3 pit, which they will have to do, it's going to be that 42, 77, that group right there. And looking at who all's around them, you know, all the other miscellaneous cars sprinkled into that SBR party there are going to have to hook up to try to make something work here.
Yeah, I think this is the point of the race when I get on the columns and start talking to people about something, because you split 3 guys up in Xfinity. It is not an easy task to do.
Sounds like the 36, 27, and 33 are going to pit this time.
We're all teammates. I
So
hope
there's 2 teams that are that work with each other. Let's call it that.
alliances.
Yes, an alliance.
Big word, Tony. I know you're old. You don't understand it. It's all good.
Yeah. Getting senile in my old age. But I will say, there's a pretty large pack behind this crew, and if they can get linked up, they might have a chance to catch this pack and maybe get side by side with them.
Yeah, I don't know if they can though. I don't know who's leading that second pack. They're starting to fall back a little bit, actually.
The 2, the 11, the 13 closed the gap, though.
Yeah,
He
13's closing the gap and trying to work by himself on the outside line. I think this is if you're Kevin or Alyssa, I think this is your chance to jump up there and work with someone.
I think it's too early.
I do too, to a point, but if this second pack, which they are catching up, once they start that outside line going, it's gonna be hard to find a spot to get to the lead.
Yeah, if they all get going, get all lined up on the high side, and they're coming towards you, then absolutely you want to be at the front of any lane, you know, at this point. But it looks like they're committing to running the bottom for now.
It's all friendship until it gets 2 to go.
The 13's hanging strong on that outside all by himself. I can't imagine it's going to last too long, but going to lose a little bit here, a little bit there. He's just going to start working himself backwards. But
The one thing that kind of works on a 13 favorite now, he has some help, is the fact that he's holding his own up there because the checkups from the inside line. There's so many checkups going on. He's able to kind of slowly inch his way through the inside line. And at some point, you stall out, which is finally what happened. I see Alyssa goes up high, and here comes Kevin Biggs. Yep. Now this is where SBR is going to try to control the field. Now the 77 goes in front of the 18 of Biggs. I think at some point, Biggs is going to have to put it
push him or you go 3 wide. That's really, I just think maybe 5 to go. You start thinking about that. I think it's still a little bit too early. You sit there. If you're Biggs, you're going to sit there and run it for a few laps.
I don't think it's too early because you want to try to split up that group of 3 as soon as possible. And now you got lap traffic coming, so I think this would be the perfect opportunity for Biggs to maybe try to get a little work with some contact. And they're going to be wrecking. Caution's going to come out. Hard impact to the wall, and SVR was split up because of the wreck. Well, or you could do that.
I think that 13 tried to push the pusher there. I think it was the 13.
No, that was a 71. Oh, yeah. No, that was. Well, actually.
Push maybe the 71 into the 18.
Yep, that's what happened.
Yep. Got them both sideways a little bit.
Oh, and that's what started. Was that net code or prediction code?
There was a little bit there, but
we're slowing it down. We're watching it. I think that's more. That's
prediction.
Yeah, that's prediction code for sure. I think Alyssa's still coming down. She hit the 42. See, the 42 goes up, hits Biggs in the 18.
I think who lucked out the most there is that 71 car.
Yeah, 86 gets a pretty good shot from the 96 into the 42, his teammate. But I don't know if there's too much front damage on that 86.
Well, looks like that back spoiler is going to be sitting pretty high up in the air. That's going to be a pretty big drag on the car.
Ooh, and then the 2. Hard impact to the right rear tire of the 42. Ooh, Ricky Williams did a phenomenal job getting through that wreck. Well. Oh, no, he has quite a bit of damage on that front end. I hope tomorrow's a little bit calmer than tonight. It's maybe. Cause at least with the trucks, you can do something called pushing somebody.
Well, the only downside is it is a very large field tomorrow night too. They're at 40.
I'll put it this way: if that would have happened in trucks or Cup, I don't think a wreck would have happened at all. Maybe Cup, because you can yeet someone pretty damn fast when you hit them.
Yeah.
But in trucks, I don't think that would happen in trucks.
I feel like when they last updated the truck, they really took away the super speedway fun out of it. I don't feel like you can get the runs like you could before, and the high line's kind of dead unless you have a lot of cars or a lot of trucks, with you. So it might be pretty mellow, but you also got to remember it's a lower skill level. Not all drivers are a lower skill level, but it is one of our lower series. So we'll see.
What's the score of the football game? Mr. Thomas Goldfrey leading the field here. Alyssa Peltier restarting P2 on that front row. You gotta keep an eye on that 27. 27 did not have a very good truck season, but he qualified for the playoff by winning the opening race at Daytona last season in trucks, and he's restarting P4. I don't think Grosso is in contention to win this race. He's the highest finisher we have here from last season's Xfinity race. Let's take a look at his car. Oh no, that front end beat the hell. Remember a time and day when we used to have a fast repair in Xfinity. We had 2 in ARCA, 1 in Xfinity, and none in Cup.
Yeah, those days are long gone.
Oh, there's certain races I miss those days because, gosh, last season was not fun. I told Joey, if I start having really bad luck, I'm going to start rocking a Kyle Busch paint scheme. If you like to sign, if I'm having a bad season, if I have a Kyle Busch paint scheme on, I'm having a bad season. It's not going well. Man, it feels slimmed down. Holy cow.
Oh yeah.
Alright, Patriot can pull off. Green flag back out in the air. Gold was a really good launch there, but I think it's a little too far out in front. 13 can get a good run here.
Problem is the 71 just.
Oh, they're right behind the 5. The Sam Gordon gets in who the heck was that?
5'11". That was a Raleigh Barton.
And the 11. That's a tough break for Ricky Williams to run strong there. Gonna have to hope for a caution to catch back up to the field, but with 7 to go, these guys are about to start getting really racy. So I can see a caution happen. That's now the 13 of the. How the heck do you say his last name? Dupis?
I'm not sure if it's
Dupius
or Dupius.
There should be a rule. If you have a weird last name, you have to send us an enunciation and the message. So I'm not sitting here butchering your last name to get a podium finish.
Yeah, it's 6 laps to go. It's about to get spicy.
13 got a little bit of bump there. 71 got loose, able to collect it. Don't look now, but that 23. Actually, that is teammates lined up on that outside lane. Or alliance mates. 13, 71, and 23. They're on a voice channel together. So, and I would imagine they're going to be working together at the end of the race. $45 at Collier. He's linked on with him. 27. Cillian Gallant. Third car on the inside line. Coming to 5 to go this time by. Question is, who's going to be that first one to push it 3 wide? If you're probably the third car in any of these lines, you're going to have to make a 3 wide move to try to have a chance to win the race. I mean, I'll be honest. If I'm the third car in line, I'm kind of content with just a good finish. Especially for a season opener.
Well, and I think if you're going to make that run, I think you got to do it last lap off of turn 4, right? Turn 3 and 4 maybe. Otherwise, you get around them, well, they're going to do the same thing to you, right?
Yes and no. I mean, if you're the first or second car in the line, yeah, you want to wait till the last lap. But if you're like the 45 or the 38, I think here at 4 to go, now's the time to start trying some moves out and trying to see if 3 wide can work. Because you're not going to be able to get around on the last lap with the field we have, or the Xfinity car nowadays. So far, no one pushing 3 wide. They say that. Oh, contact 27 is Cillian Gallant to the inside. He does what Delmater did, taking the road course, pulling the Gary move, back on track he goes. Keeping it green. 45, Ethan Collier gives it the back of Melissa. She gets sideways but saves it. 77 of Tom Golker leading the way, coming to 3 to go. And surprisingly moved by the 23 of Conley. Leaving his alliance mates go down that bottom line, trying to work with Vince Vatkin and Tom Golker.
I don't think he chose to do that. The 45 kind of forced him down there.
Oh, was he the one that hit the 27? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, 45's going 3 wide on the outside.
Yep, 3 wide
Gonna
down.
leave the 13
back
and the
stretch.
71 just in the middle, no help.
Ethan Collier has border span all over his back. Bumper 3 wide. They go. Contact saves it though. 3 to go. 3 wide coming out of turn 4. I don't know how they're keeping it
Toward
going
the
straight.
71 a little bit there. They keep it going straight. 36 is loose. 38's coming.
Whoa! Contact wreck! Big one again here at Daytona, and it wrecks the whole field. Wow!
I think the 55 is the only one that made it through unscathed.
I think
in that front pack.
Who the hell's the purple car?
Josh Van Westen.
Yeah, he made it through that too.
I thought he got caught up in that a little bit.
I don't think he did. If he did, oh, yeah, he did. Nope, never mind.
Right there.
Yep.
Saved it.
I think this actually started with Gordon Spain giving an uneven push to the 45. See him off center there a little bit. Yeah, that's all it takes. That's
him.
all it takes.
When you try to slide back and you're that far off center, the nose of that car has a little point to it, and you try to slide back, all you're going to do is turn them.
The question is, do we have any cars that don't have damage?
Well, this is going to close it up, right? There were a lot of cars further back. Are they able to win this? I don't know. But there might be a few sprinkled in there that have minimal damage that might be able to contend.
Riley Barden having such a good race caught up in that. Here comes Giverson. We haven't seen him. Oh, Giverson made it through it. Giverson actually shown as a leader. It's 55 as he came down pit lane. When was Giverson last down pit lane? 8 laps ago. So why was the 55 coming down? The E-step. Interesting call for the 55 to go on pit lanes. I don't think he had any damage. It's really going to shorten up the field, though.
Well, I think it takes a lot of cars out of contention, right? Unless there's a big wreck on the last lap. The cars that are clean, that have a chance, is going to be very, very minimal.
Brady Price went off track. What the hell heck?
Yeah.
Here? Oh, wow.
Big checkup for the pack.
It was a mess. Oh, yeah, wow. Everyone taking evasive maneuvers. Ooh. Why was the 30 going so slow? What in the world?
Yeah, they were all checked up in front. And quite a few had to pull out of line not to wreck. And
that's kind of one of the things to where when caution comes out, I will just wait until I get caught in the field to figure out who goes where.
In reality, all you got to do is watch your relative, right? You can see when you're getting close to the pack. If it's like me personally, if I'm 2-3 seconds off the pack, 4 seconds off the pack, I start slowing it down then. I don't wait till I'm a second off the pack and lock them up.
Wait, actually, Ethan Collier's leader. How did Gibb lead a lap and then fall back to?
It might have just been where the caution came out.
What in the world? He led a lap and he fell down to 8th. God, I hope the truck and Cup don't have this many wrecks. Yeah, I Dupay. That might be French. Oh, it might be Dupay. Yeah. I can actually look. Where's the national? No, it's Canadian.
So I think what happened was
Oh, yeah,
drove through that.
That could be French. It could be Dupay. He's from Canada.
But Gibb drove through that wreck, but when the caution came out, it had a bunch of cars in front of him at that point. So it cycled them back up to in front of him.
What the hell is Eric Schaefer doing? I just see him in the back of my screen.
Warming up his tires.
9 laps down?
Yeah. Full send for the girls, man.
He said, I just want some TV time. I want to make sure y'all see my car back here. I will say this race has kind of changed my game plan a little bit from Wednesday. I have a different game plan in mind now. I had one in mind, I was set in stone on it, I thought about it, and now I'm watching this race, and I'm like, no, I think I'm going to go with my other idea.
Yeah, I'm kind of forced into a spot. I'm going to have to stay up front as long as I can.
I want to know how the hell Simone finished worse than me when I towed behind him. Like, we were fighting for the last spot in the first seat. I was like, no, I don't want to be up. No. I want to finish last. And he stopped in pit lane. I stopped, he towed, and I towed. I think he towed first. I was like, that's so stupid. I finished behind him. We were literally coming to the checker, and I went to pit lane. I went across the start-finish line. I was like, no. I told Joey my plan for the heat was to either try to get pole or just race like a dick and try to get up front. Well, this will be our first attempt at a green-white checkered. I will say this, 45 has some damage on that left or right rear. Don't know. Oh, actually, he has quite a bit of damage. Right rear suspension. Yeah, he might. Oof. That inside line might struggle to go here.
And you got the 13 and the 23. I believe they are teammates.
13, 23. Yeah, they're in a Discord call together, so they'll probably be working together.
I don't really see much else for teammates up there.
No.
Jeff wants the Scooby car to win.
Come on, Scooby. Jeff, you better put that dang Dozer nickname back on your door. I don't know what the heck it is now. But it's not Say the Dozer. I was kind of upset. Or just put AD up there for Austin Dillon, since you guys drive alike. Alright. Pacer can pull off for the last time here tonight. First attempt at 3 green-white checkers. Ethan Collier leads the green. Got the Mirage crew on the outside line. Gonna be working together here to get 2 to go. I think at this point, who has the least damaged car?
Yeah, the 13 did not seem to get a good restart there. I don't know if the 45 launched a little early, but I think if I'm the 21, I'm going high here.
Yeah, you have to for 20. You gotta go high now. No, he's gonna stay low. And here comes the outside line with a charge out of turn 2.
Up that inside lane pretty bad.
Van Weston looking to go low in the 45. Can't quite do it. They're 3 wide behind him. Giberson, the 33 and the 21. 3 wide contact with the 45. He gets loose. Saves it. The 33 loose to the corner. 13 of Dupis, however you pronounce it, leading the way. And they're wrecking behind him. No caution is out yet. Will they get the white flag?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them dead.
They will. White flag is out. No caution. And we're going to end this race under green. This time by Ethan Collier over the back of the 13. 3 wide behind him.
Teammates got split up there. We got the 13 and the 45 on the bottom line. The 23 kind of got hung out.
Yeah, if I was the 21, I would have dragged your brake through a little bit. Get a run down the backstretch. Can't quite do it. Ethan Collier trying to figure out where to go. He's going to go high right in front of the 21, or the 23. He has no help, though. Now here comes the inside line. Dupay low. Oh, and they're going to wreck behind him. It's going to be a drag race between the 45 and the 13.
Who's going to get it?
Ethan Collier is leading the way. I think he has less damage. Ethan Collier going through the tri-oval. It's going to be a photo finish. I think it was Collier.
I think it is Collier. By .020.
Wow. I'm kind of surprised the 13 didn't go up there and try to side draft him. Yeah, if I'm the 13, I go up and side draft. Yeah, 13, he had a lot more damage on that front end. That's why Ethan's able to beat him here.
Got him by a fender.
Yeah. Yeah, if I was a 13, I would went up and side draft me. Ethan Collier, he had to wait till the last race to qualify into the playoff last season. He's already locked in.
Now he's going to do it in the first race.
He's going to do it in the first race, yep. Here's Schaefer giving him a little love tap. Van Western will finish third. Dupis, I will forget how to pronounce it here in a bit. Second. Ricky Williams, solid fourth place finish. Brady Price will round out your top 5. While he starts celebrating, let's go ahead and break down some of those wrecks that happened those last 2 laps. Or what wreck this is right here. Whoops. Alrighty. So something happened with the 71. Coming to the 1 to go. Here it is. 3 wide in front of him. See the 45 gets a little bump from the 33. Van Western to the inside. 33 drifts up. I think it happened at corner exit, actually. It did. Oh! Van Western went from getting wrecked on turn 4, coming to 1 to go to finish P3. See him make contact with 33, rolling out of turn 4. Just nowhere for Alyssa to go. He gets collected in that. Goes down, smacks the 5 as Sam Gordon made it through that, actually, but barely. Evan Ludi involved, unfortunately. I can't believe this ran out of caution. They were wrecking everywhere. And this is the next race that involved the 23 of Mitchell Conley. Sam Gordon shooting it low, 3 wide. 55 to Nathan Eastham into the wall. Not sure what started this. Man, Ethan had a couple good saves on that last lap. Oh, there it is. Van Weston just gets in the back of Sam Gordon. Sends Conley for a wild ride. Drives it all the way up on the wall. And oh! What a hit! The 36th of Vince Vacan had. Well, let's start off with a race winner. If he is in chat, he is Mr. Ethan Collier. Man, you had to wait to the very last race to do it last season, but you wasted no time to do it this season. You qualify your way into the playoffs. Race 1. Had a couple insane saves on that last lap, man. What a race that was. Congratulations, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that was a lot of fun. Just the way the iRacing updates come and the way they change the bumpers, it's hard to push now, and any slight push off the center just gets you really loose. It's really hard to save, but thankfully my teammates helped me get to the lead. You know, Josh, Estep, and Sam and Gordon. Before that last caution, you know, we were all lined up, we were talking, made it 3 wide on the outside, and we all got there. So, shout out to all of them, and Finley, he was spotting for us. Unfortunately, he got taken out early, but I won that definitely because of them.
Yeah. And I'll talk all race, man. You were looking to go back to back. Like I said, you had to fight tooth and nail in the very last race just to make it in. So I know this is probably going to take a lot of stress off your shoulders for the rest of the season, knowing, hey, if I finish dead last every race from here on out, I'm in the playoffs. So I'm pretty sure that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. Last year, the entire team pretty much had a lot of bad luck. I mean, I feel like we all should have made the playoffs. We'd be running top 5, top 10, and then get caught up in somebody else's mess. So it feels good this year for almost everybody to have a good finish in the first race.
Yeah, and speaking of last season, you kind of had like a Cinderella story style playoffs. You barely make it into the race, and then you almost into the playoffs, and then you almost make it into the championship four. So, I mean, had you made it to championship four and won the championship, man, that would have been one Cinderella story for the ages. But congrats on you win here tonight, man. Um, good luck in the playoffs coming up here in, I don't know, like 3 months. But
Yeah.
we'll let you get your shout outs in, man. I'll let you get out of here.
All right, shout out to Josh, both Nates, Sam, Gordon. That was a great race, great teamwork, really fun. And can't wait to race next week with these guys. Great team.
All right, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so let's solve the mystery. First and foremost, Mark, congratulations. Secondly, how in the hell do you say your last name? Is it Dupay,
So
Dupuis?
it's Dupuis, so it's like like
Dupuis?
Dupuis without the S.
Dupuis.
Yeah.
So we solved that it is definitely French.
Yes.
Yes. I don't really speak French though. I don't.
Well, someone in
I'm a
chat
French-
said it could be Dupay, and I was like,
No, Dupuis. S silent. It's almost like having a W in there. It's like
Dupuis.
Dupuis. Yeah. I know. You announcers butcher my name every time.
I'm just gonna call you Debris. All right.
That works.
All right. Well, yeah, come across P2, man. You and Mirage, you guys had a little teamwork going at the end. Unfortunately, kind of fell short there on the last lap. Gotta ask you, I'm really surprised you didn't try to go up and side draft the 45 at all coming to the start finish line. You just kind of let him drag race you there, and you had a little bit more front end damage than he had.
So my thing was I don't run 3 monitors, so I had no idea where he was. I had no idea. I just felt him rubbing up inside me, and I just figured if we could just cross this finish line without wrecking, I'm happy. So I thought I was ahead of him, though. I thought I was rocking first place. But no, that was a good win by who was it? Coiler? Yeah, he did very well.
Yeah, well, you start your Xfinity career off solid here with a P2 tonight. As you guys go get looking forward into next week at Dover. Good luck there. I won't be here for that. But we'll get you shout-outs and, man, congratulations, and welcome to the Xfinity Series.
Right on, man. Thank you very much. I just want to thank all the sponsors for keeping the league going. This is the best experience I've ever had. And I want to thank my team, Mirage, SSR. Anyways, we worked together. They were behind me the whole time, and they were just pushing me and telling me don't give up. And they were there. And then I just want to thank my girlfriend because she supports me racing, and I love her very much.
All right, man. Congratulations, buddy.
Right on, man. Thank you.
All right, next we'll pull down our third place finisher, Mr. Josh Van Westen. Went from getting wrecked in, I believe, turn 4 to finishing P3. Man, what a race that was for you. One of your best finishes I can recall you having. Usually you tend to run mid, top 10, top 15. They just get took out usually around me because I'm usually involved in the wrecks you're in. So, luckily you make it through all the mayhem tonight. You went a lap down at one point, fought back to finish third. Man, after how last season ended for you, I know you got to be feeling pretty good getting off on a good start here. As me and you had the worst luck last season ever.
Yeah, actually, Ethan Collier, myself, and Sam Gordon had a very rough 3/4 of a season last season. I mean,
I know. If I was in a wreck, I'll look. Oh, there's the 21. Yep, he was in that wreck too.
The first 7 races, I only finished 1 on the lead lap. The first 7 races, I only finished on the lead lap 1 race.
See, I was different. I started the first 6 races off phenomenal, and then it went downhill. My turning point was the road course in Mid-Ohio.
Yeah. But, no, I first things first, I want to give congrats out to Ethan. He has been a heck of a driver for me. He is a great teammate to the rest of the guys. I do want to apologize to Sam. I didn't realize I was pushing a 4 wide right there with our other teammate all the way on the outside, Nathan Estep.
Wait, did you take out 2 of your teammates in that last wreck?
I accidentally right-reared Sam Gordon.
So is Sam your teammate?
Yes.
So
Sam is on FRC.
You took out 2 teammates on the last lap.
I did.
I thought North South was bad, but this might top the cake.
I feel absolutely terrible for it.
You guys went 4 in the top 5, and
Yep. And I got greedy, and I knew better, and I should have just hung in the back and pushed Sam around on the bottom, or jumped up and pushed Nathan around the top. And because Ethan was already out front when I turned Sam, he was already there.
Man,
I feel so bad right now.
Your cars, damn it.
We do. Ethan and Sam both have FRC on the car. That's across Sam's hood.
Is it?
And Ethan's, I do believe.
Oh, maybe I'll have to pay attention some more. Well, man, you might have wrecked your teammates, but you can get a solid P3 here tonight. It's funny looking at this picture because it was an FRC versus Mirage battle going on. Now that I know that, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was 4 FRC cars against Mark.
No, Mark and
Conley.
Yeah.
Yep, and Conley. Yep. So it was a 4v2 match, and I accidentally turned it into a
1v1.
1v1.
1v1 me!
All right,
man.
So a little statistics here.
Yes, sir.
You were tied for the most incidents, but finished 3rd. So you salvaged a rough night with a P3 finish.
So,
holy cow.
With that first incident, it wasn't, and I was hanging back. Me and the guys, the rest of the team, we were just cruising. We were just waiting. And there was nothing we could do on that first one. It just kind of got sucked into it. The second caution, and we were able to, almost all of us were able to avoid, except for Penley. He got wrecked hard. He got turned right into the outside wall and had somebody come up in front of him. But I've been trying to do my best to race everybody clean, and I know everybody's doing their best, and sometimes it just doesn't work out that well. So I'm just hoping that this season turns around and we all can have some good finishes, i.e. tonight. I feel I'm a really good super speedway driver. I'm doing everything I can with this team to get us where we need to be even more competitive, as much or even more as what we were last season.
Well, man, super speedway racing stuff's gonna happen a lot of the time outside of your control. But you salvaged a P3 out of the night. Definitely a good start to the finish for you, or start to the season for you.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Pete Rose died. Interesting. Well, yeah. Well,
go ahead.
Congrats on that P3, man. Good luck throughout the season. I think you're starting off a lot stronger than you started off last season. So hopefully that's a plus side for you.
Most definitely.
All right, man. Later.
See ya.
Alrighty. Well, that will be the end of tonight's race. As it was carnage. It almost brought me back to flashbacks of the first truck race we had at Monza. When the whole field got took out.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I remember that.
I thought it was about to be the same thing. We ain't going to have no cars left at the end of this race. And we kind of didn't. We had 2 left across the start-finish line, and then we had everyone trickle in slowly. But, I mean, overall, the race went a lot better. I thought it would with all these guys. Dover's going to be interesting with this new car, how it handles. It's already a really loose track, especially coming off of turn 4. So, Dover... I'm glad I'm not broadcasting it. But Joe will be broadcasting it next week. We still got the season still kicking off for Trucks Cup and ARCA. You got Trucks Cup. They did their duels last week. They'll kick off their opening races Tuesday and Wednesday, and then ARCA's going to Michigan. Very interesting. I know why ARCA's different. They always start off the season at a non-super speedway.
Yeah, ARCA cars kind of suck at super speedway, so I think it's a good idea to not start there. Keep things morale high.
Yeah, and we're gonna have some really big fields in trucks and really trucks, Xfinity Cup. I don't know how big ARCA is. I don't think ARCA is nearly as big as Trucks Cup and Xfinity will be, but It's gonna be an interesting season as we get ready to kick this off. Before we sign off, thoughts and prayers go out to all those guys involved with Helene or whatever her name was. Wreaked havoc, especially up here in Western Carolina and Tennessee. So, if you guys could help out in any ways, make sure you guys reach out some donation areas. Their cities literally wiped out off the planet. Their cities blocked off with no internet, power, water. So keep them in thoughts and prayers. And we'll catch you guys. I will catch you guys tomorrow night for trucks. It'll be my only truck race I'm doing this season. I'll be stepping aside for Cup broadcasting. It's really weird. I felt so awkward being out there racing after broadcasting for 3 years for you guys. It felt so weird being out there racing for you guys and in a car that was not number 93. So get adjusted to that. But Jacob will step up. He'll step up to the plate and do a hell of a job for Cup and trucks this season. But he'll be doing ARCA at Michigan. So we'll catch you guys then. And stay safe and have a good week.